I'm Mikola.
I'm Amelia.
I'm Francisco.
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Eddie, and we are the Invisible Hand. President Harry Truman once asked for a one-handed economy, as he was tired of his economic advisors saying, "on the other hand." The invisible hand was also a term used by Adam Smith, the founding father of economics, and the motivation behind the theme of our video, and the reason why only Mikola's hand was showing throughout the video. All five of us share a deep appreciation for the study of economics, and have taken the subject since GCSE level, which is approximately 4 years now.
Considering we live in Luxembourg, we are surrounded by European institutions, and that means that we're exposed to the functionings of the EU every single day. But none of us truly understood it, and that's what attracted us to the competition. We've all found at times that the economics course in school is a little bit too theoretical. And this competition would allow us to apply that theory that we learned to our environment in hopes of understanding it better. And I think I can certainly say we all do understand it a bit better now. Our second motivation was our epic fail in last year's competition. We didn't even make it past the multiple choice round. We only got 76%. And that is due to a lack of our teamworking skills. We didn't trust each other, we didn't have patience, we were nervous, and we wanted to finish really, really fast. And we've worked extremely hard to improve that this year. Not just to be able to do a little bit better in the competition, but also for us individually, to know that we can work well as a team, but also just on our own.
Part of the reason we chose to talk about price stability in our video is our interest in current economic affairs. Although the inflation rate in the EU has been below target for the past couple of months, inflationary pressures have been building both in the EU and the global markets. So we decided to further learn how the ECB manages the price rate to understand the current economic situation better. The other reason we were interested in price stability is that following a decade of record low inflation rates, with the rate not going further beyond 3%, my generation has no recollection whatsoever of high inflation. In fact, we take price stability for granted as we don't know any better. So we decided to learn more about price stability and how it's managed so that we can understand how the ECB ensures economic confidence and welfare.
As a history student, economic problems, and especially inflation, are explored countless times in various periods and locations throughout the 20th century. With a notable example being the fledgling Weimar Republic and its struggle with hyperinflation in the summer of 1923. This created a perfect atmosphere of fear of future hardship among the German people, and when the country was struck by the Great Depression, Hitler's National Socialist Party was able to secure an electoral victory in 1933. Another example is the Chinese economy's rapid inflation, which was brought under control from 1,000% in 1949 to a manageable 15% in 1950 by Mao Zedong and the introduction of the yuan. Lastly, and more recently, the UK's experience of rapid inflation following the 1973 oil price rise crisis, which brought up energy costs and inflation to 26%.
When we analysed the question, we realised that there are three main points to focus on. Firstly, what is price stability? The question says, how does the ECB ensure price stability? But we actually need to know what it is we're ensuring. The second thing was, why is price stability so important? Like Mikola said earlier, the target audience was quite young. And, like us, they take price stability for granted. And then the third point was, which tools does the ECB use to actually ensure price stability? And how does that then pass down to us and affect us?
We split the task among group members to research both factual information and information about ECB policies. In regard to economic theory, we used mostly our own knowledge and the textbook. particularly to do with price stability and causes behind inflation. In regard to ECB policy, we used the ECB's official website, official reports concerning ECB policy, and economics websites such as Investopedia. This is because of the high level of accuracy and integrity which is associated with official sources, as well as their potential to contain potentially relevant information. We also found valuable guidance and advice on the Euro Generation website.
We decided to stick to our strengths in order to create the best video we could, and so we split up the tasks to suit each of us. Emilia, Jonathan and I decided to do the voiceover, as we had the slickest voices out of the five of us. Mikla did the drawing, the art, as he takes A-level art and is an aspiring architect. Eddie did the editing, as he used to be a YouTuber in his past life. And Jonathan actually researched the content to a great extent so that I could then save the team and simplify it so that even idiots could understand. Non-specialists. And so Emilia created a script and we had ourselves a video.
But dude, before we had the video, I had to make the video. To do this, I used Adobe Premiere Pro, a professional software editing program. After importing a few nice clips and about 4 hours of useless footage. Thanks guys. I added a few tweaks here and there, aligned the video with the audio, and added some special effects. After leaving it overnight, in the morning it all came together.
Right. As Eddie and Francisco pointed out, I'm the invisible hand. Wait, no, that's my left hand. This is the invisible hand. Now, as somebody who's interested in art and architecture, I'm the guy with the drawing skills in the group. So when it came to considering the format for the video, a drawing animation with a voiceover over it was one of the first ideas we had. Aside from the actual visuals that go with the video, I was in charge of setting up the setup for the actual shoot. So we had an ingenious concept of taping a tripod to a shelf in the art room so that we would get a uniform and professional looking shot with equal lighting with the use of artificial light. For me, the opportunity to bridge my passions in economics, art and cinematography was a really enjoyable experience as a whole. One thing that I would take away from this project is that if you want to get a message across effectively, you need to make sure that the visuals of that message are simple and concise, so that people focus on the content rather than making out what it is that you're drawing.
For me, it was crucial to ensure that the video properly reflected the amount of effort we put in through high quality content and editing.
To be honest, our teamwork could not have been worse at the start. We would have made the EU and the UK seem like best friends.
Besides learning to put up with each other, we all gained a very valuable insight into how the ECB works. It's an organization whose work we don't appreciate nearly enough, and now we believe we all understand it a little bit better.
It was very important to keep the sometimes complex information simple, while making sure it was still relevant and accurate.
To conclude, I think it's more than fair to say that all of us took away a lot from competing in the Generation Euro Awards. Not only did we get to apply our economic theory and look at how a real-world problem of keeping inflation in check is managed by the ECB, we gained a better appreciation for the workings of the mechanism we take for granted on a daily basis.
Franny!
I think it's fair to say that all of us took away, for God's sake, keeping inflation in check. Is check. No.
But dude, before we why are you not moving?
John, you're supposed to come in.
I thought you were going to give me an election in the electoral of 1932.
Ready?
To conclude-
Everyone do some. Oh wait.